gotta be
Listen, do you
delicate
have
about it, bro.
real morals that
No, though, I
that
be wanting to know why he be talking crazy to me though,
You
cause
gotta
I'm
be
a,
delicate about that shit.
cause I might
That
like.
shit turn into real shit. This shit ain't like
yeah,
1984,
Hey,
nah, that's
hey,
bro.
listen,
Savage, hold
this
on,
is
hold
my
on,
point.
everybody, hold on, wait,
This is
Meek,
this is
Meek got
this
a grievance. Let's let Meek get his grievance and see what Act got to say. I want to hear this shit.
Yeah, first, basically, like, he run a platform that be stirring a lot of shit up in the streets. Niggas die about it. A lot of people get hurt about it. Sometimes he say things about certain people that could hurt people, brands that could take people food off their table. Uh, he actually got influence over like a lot of kids. My kids watch that shit. My little cousins, a bunch of people watch that shit, and I see a lot of things that I don't approve of, that our culture represent, and I see it taking place on this platform. So I'm gonna turn that platform to an enemy of mine. That's just like simple. I like me, I'm not like a political person. I don't need DJ academics. And not saying that in a disrespectful way, like, you know what I mean, you doing your thing. I don't need you. I've been getting my money doing what I do. So why would I do anything else? Why would I stand on anything that don't represent what I represent? I wouldn't stand on DJ Vlad. I wouldn't stand on motherfucking academics after you just try. I said that's the farthest thing I can say is anything else as a grievance. When you taking it to talking about people and shit, and speaking on people in certain ways, you gotta really be fully prepared to carry yourself like that when you see people like that. Every day I seen you just said something about me on the internet. I could have just posted your address today. I got your address. I ain't do that. I ain't want to take it there. And I know you're not ready for that with me, but I'm watching you repetitively go at rappers and taking from people without actually putting back in. If you putting back in, let me know. Cause I don't really see that side. I just see people taking from our culture, a lot of bad things happening, and you're not putting back in. And that's really my grievance.
All right, so I've been playing around with the app Clubhouse just a little bit, okay? I got invited a couple of weeks ago, and I've really dabbled. I haven't dived in, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But yesterday I got my first experience at it because I was one of the conveners of a group on Clubhouse for Raptors people. We got a bunch of Raptors people to come on Clubhouse, and we talked about like, the NBA, how the Raptors are doing, whatnot. I don't want to bore you guys with sports stuff, but that was amazing. That was fun. But after we finished, I kind of wanted to go into the other groups and see what was going on.
Yeah.
And that was my, not only my first mistake, but I think it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I went into one that was called Conspiracies Reportedly. And then I clicked on it, and it's just a bunch of people throwing out crazy conspiracies. And I'm only in there for 5 minutes max, right? 5 minutes, because you can't stand it. Like, some of the shit is like, you're like, oh my God, this is crazy, bro. And you know who was actually in that room? Punch from TDE was in that.
Really? Hey?
Yeah,
That's
Punch.
what he's spending his time doing, so he can get some Kendrick stuff, bro.
This man's chilling at Clubhouse instead of dropping albums with TDE. Anyways, I'll say this. Okay, so it starts off like one guy's like, well, like, we don't know how much of the ocean we really know about. So we only have discovered 15%. I'm like, you know what?
That's facts.
logical. That's logical. He's right. He's right. So what if, and hear me out here. What if the ocean is a portal to another universe and we just don't know about it? I'm like, okay, you know what, man? All right. This is crazy. And then the other girl's like, facts. Listen, look,
Right?
we keep thinking that the core of the earth is hot. How do we know it's hot if we've never been there before?
You ever know what magma feels like, bro? You ever been to the outer crust of the world?
Yo. And then they started talking about like, how realistically, a gut feeling is actually your future you telling you how you should feel about something.
Okay, man. Okay.
Yo, it was so stupid, but it was entertaining as hell. Like, I was sitting there just like listening to this, just baffled at the fact that like some people genuinely feel this. Because someone would say conspiracy and everybody's like, amen. I agree. And it's like, wow, there's actually people who like believe they were talking and Punch brought this up. He's like, so what do you guys think? Yeah, I know, right? Punch is like, so what do you think? How much of the truth do you think they're giving to us?
11%.
People started throwing out numbers.
No, you're lying.
Yeah, I swear to God, 5%, 16%. I think it's exactly 16. No, there was one person though. They're like, yeah, I think they sprinkled the truth in like some donuts. I'm like, all right, I'm done. I'm done. That's when I pressed exit and I left. I couldn't handle it anymore. But it's funny because you see this interesting mix. Like you could find a guy like Punch talking in a random conspiracy group if you'd like to. That's the interesting part about Clubhouse. You know, the other day I was listening to one and I think it was just some rap battle one and Freddie Gibbs was in there.
Yeah.
King Los was in there and it was just cool to see all these rappers like kind of just talking to each
Of course,
other.
King Los would be in there.
Yeah, King Los is probably the, no pun intended, king of that shit. So I don't know. It's cool to see artists interact and like to be there for them to interact because we don't really, a lot of the stuff in music is like behind a smoke screen, you know. They don't tell you how much of what they want you to know and what they want to show. Whereas like with Clubhouse, there's a little bit of authenticity to it because it's right to you.
It is, yeah. I see what you're saying. There's that authenticity to it, but I don't know. My experience was very, very much on the opposite. Like I get what you're saying. Like there were a lot of good, like rooms here and there. You know what I mean? Where you had like drama in there, and you had like a few other producers in there. I think Boy Wonder was in there as one as well too. And those stuff were cool. But man, you have a lot of fugazis on the Clubhouse app, bro. A lot of fugazis on it, man. I see people on there pretending to be an A&R for this label and for that label.
Yeah,
people asking for money for their Cash App. You're on another app asking for money on another app. There's some wild stuff out there. But what made me really leave the app is when I saw this title for $300 for like a moaning competition for guys.
No
and
way.
it was just a room full of females in there, and like guys like had to give their best moaning impersonation of how they doing it, my guy. And you wouldn't believe who was in this room, bro. Lakeith Stanfield was in there on Clubhouse moaning for a chance, not even a guarantee, a chance to win $300.
Wow. I mean, it gets hard out here, bro.
Let's just insert that. No, I'm kidding. I'm not even gonna say that. Yeah, I'm not even gonna insert the clip.
Don't insert that here. Lakeith Stanfield does seem like he's that type of guy, though, to just like to go for it and like just do something random like that. Like he doesn't really probably think anything of it. Probably donate the $300 to charity or whatnot. I don't know. The other day I was actually looking at one. It was like, are threesomes during marriage okay? I'm like, what is going? This is an absolutely crazy app where people just get on there and say whatever they like to. I appreciate it. I like that in a lot of ways, and it's given me an outlet. This app has provided me an outlet to like say the random shit that I'd like to say and not have to put it on Twitter and it be,
But that's not even the thing anymore. You're so right. And that's why I'm saying it's pretty much over for the app, because now that a lot of people are on the floodgates and into the app, you're seeing conversations literally be posted on Twitter and Instagram that wasn't there like a few weeks ago, a month ago. Somebody record the whole Meek Mill versus Academics and 21 Savage, the whole thing that's supposed to be private on the app. It's all over all the pages. People screen grabbing it. It's it's funny to say the least, man.
I think it's funny as hell because like you get the combination of like I'm just on the app right now, the future of social media. And you have guys like Punch is in there right now. Shark
Say Punch one more time.
I swear to God, he's in there right now. Punch TD.
Oh, right now.
Yeah, he's in there right now. You have rooms like that, but then at the same time, you have a room called some fishy going on, Esco, and I smell it.
Yeah, man. You gotta take the app with a grain of salt.
And that one has Keisha Shante, Metro Boomin, and it's like,
okay.
Wow, this is a crazy. That's a like I just think it's crazy that you can go on there, and obviously you're probably not going to be able to converse with any of these people, but just to be there to listen to what they have to say without going to an interview or like trying,
Yeah,
it works.
Picking up some nice gems and some jewels, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I like it,
man.
man.
A lot of stuff.
these type of apps, and I'll say this too, like these type of apps wouldn't exist necessarily if it weren't for the coronavirus and the pandemic. It opened up a perfect opportunity for people to want to hear people's voices again and share their opinions on a platform and have like that water cooler type of conversation
Yeah.
without being in front of anybody. So like there's another app like this called Locker Room. And they do something
That
very
sounds like a setup app, bro. I'm not even kidding you. It sounds like a setup app. Like
no,
where you
no.
guys go to talk locker room talk. Nah, yeah,
Yeah, no. It's yeah, I guess if you put it that way, that's true. But like, it's mostly just sports, right? And if you go on there, you can get your sports topics and stuff like that off, which is cool. But Clubhouse is more of a generic music type version of it. I think it's cool, man. I think it's interesting that like the coronavirus and the pandemic has created this new version of social media because this is a new version. This is
yeah.
it's
It's the
very
equivalent
different.
of like going out to like a club or a gathering,
Yeah.
and you go to the VIP section where only like the industry people
Yeah,
are,
the
like
music's a little lower,
the
Yeah.
drinks, flow a bit more.
Yeah.
It's a lot of more like what quote unquote networking and building. A
Yeah.
lot of dot connectors in there.
Yeah, it is though. It is. It really is. Dude, it's water cooler. Man, hey, if somebody is thinking of making an app like this, name it water cooler because water cooler would be like the perfect thing for this. Because you're at work, you go get a drink and you see Bill, and Bill is there and he's having a drink too, and you want to talk about the Jets game. And you bring up the Jets game and you guys are talking for about 5-10 minutes. Someone else comes in and says, hey, no, Gase is a trash coach, blah blah blah. He starts, it feels the same way. Clubhouse, locker room, they all feel the same way, where it just feels like this natural conversation that keeps flowing. I like it. I don't mind it. I like the fact that you can interact with artists and stuff
For
like
sure,
that.
no.
What about you?
I like it as well too for the whole like artist aspect, but there's a lot of fugazi stuff happening on the app, like I was saying
Bro,
as well.
you're a fugazi, fam. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Don't worry about it, my guy. But some stuff that was cool is like Meek Mill, Academics, 21 Savage, all in one. Clubhouse trying to hash out some stuff. That
Yeah.
was interesting to see Meek kind of really like just go at act, pretty intensely. But I will give my credit to 21 Savage, great moderator in that whole Clubhouse experience when they're trying to gang up on him, talking about like, yo, why you posting this? Why you posting that? You know, uh, I'll give Act a little bit of bail, not really a bit of bail, but like if you post it on your own personal page and a blogger or a journalist ends up reposting it, you can't really blame them because you really leaked out the information yourself. So you can't really blame people for picking it up and reposting it. But crazy week off the app. You had people from like Hot 97. You had Peter Rosenberg,
Yeah.
chilling at home, going on his Zoom. I don't know what he was doing. He was on like some old dude technology, bro.
I'll
It
say
looked
this
like he was
too.
recording on a 6-bit camera.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny.
I'll say this too. I it's tough because right now there's like an exclusivity aspect to the app. Not everybody can get the app. Not everybody can be invited. I know it's unfortunate, but it also makes it a lot better and a lot easier that only a certain amount of people have access to it because you can actually hear these important voices, the artists, the celebrities, the social media influencers, whoever you want to talk to. You can hear those voices a lot easier. But when the app is open to the entire public, it is going to be
It almost basically is, man. There's a subreddit right now I can pull up where you can buy invitations for $100, range from $50 to $100. People are literally
That's actually wild.
manufacturing.
I was actually, that's I should have known that because what I did was I just gave my invitations out for free.
Yeah, what a fool, fam. I've only got one of those, and I'm gonna save mine. Yeah, I'm gonna save mine. Or I might sell it right now before it gets overpopulated and everyone's on it. But I noticed the rooms are getting like bigger, more traffic going on the
Yeah.
app and stuff like that. But I still do enjoy it. I haven't deleted it yet. I've been using it a lot less, but I still enjoy the app because you have
I
artists
think
like
I'm gonna start using it more. I think I'm gonna transition and use it a lot more. Like I don't use Instagram a lot. I like when people hear my voice. I like talking, and I listen to podcasts constantly. I'm almost listening to podcasts almost just as much as I'm listening to music. So like
Yeah, it might be good for sports and for the lane you're going in. I feel like that'd be good for you. Maybe it's more authentic on the sports side because you have a bunch of people in there.
Yeah.
But on the music side, maybe not so much on the entertainment side outside of sports. I think it's a little bit different look. But if it's still good on the sports side, and you said you're in a Raptors chat and stuff like that, so kudos to that, man. If that's still going on good, then go for it.
Yeah, it's cool. Like 7 o'clock tonight, we got Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Like that's pretty cool.
Oh, so that's what you're doing at 7 o'clock tonight, eh? Yeah, that's why your plans are busy. Okay, say less, say less, say less.
That's funny. That's funny.
But until next time, it was a Boys with No Good podcast. We'll see you soon.
Yeah.